Hello, friends. So, Million Dollar Baby is here. I am Jalila T. So, today I want to talk about procrastination, okay? Why are we always procrastinating? Why is it taking us so long to do these simple tasks and the things that we need to do so that we can be a better person, so that we can be organized, so that we can be better in our businesses? Like, what's the dealie, yo? Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? We need to be getting things done. And we need to figure out why we keep procrastinating, why it's taking us so long, and what the problem is, right? So, if you are just tuning in, please you can't hear me. Oh, that's not good. Why can't you hear me? Oops, hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I don't know why you can't hear me, Andrea. Everybody else can seem to hear me. And I dropped the phone because clearly I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus today, right? So, let's talk about procrastination. Okay, so I need to know what the problem is, right? I keep talking to people every single day where they're like, I don't know, I didn't do it. I don't know, I'm not motivated. I don't know, I'll get to it. And I mean, drop a comment, right, with little hands if you are guilty of procrastination. I know I have been. Dude, for months I've had stuff sitting, right? I know y'all don't know what goes on for real over here. But there are some days where Million Dollar Baby just don't feel like doing nothing, right? There's days where you're depressed. There's days when you feel like everything else in the world is more fun than what you should be doing, right? So everybody's guilty of procrastination, but then some of us, right, are true squiggles, right? And for those of you that don't know, a squiggle is a personality that is known for waiting to the last minute. It's a personality that is known to just procrastinate and just work better under pressure and just wait it out. That's just what they do, right? So, you know, when you do this thing that we call procrastination, right? When you do that, you're putting yourself under the most unnecessary stress. Like, why you self-diagnosing pressure to yourself? Why? Like, why do you feel the need to freak out? Because you just didn't do. But you had like all month to do it. So why is it when the month ends, it's the last 48 hours and then you want to scramble? Like, what is that you're doing? Perhaps if you actually did the stuff that you needed to do before the deadline, when you had 30 whole days to do it, and if you started early and if you mapped it out, you would have got it done, right? You know, it's just crazy because part of me thinks that we are procrastinating because you're scared, right? You're scared because you're allowing the little trolls in your head to scare you away from your dreams, scare you away from your goals, and tell you that it is just so scary that if you procrastinate, you don't have to worry about being fearful of anything because you're sitting in your comfort zone, right? So we have got to stop, right? We've got to stop with the lack of determination. We've got to start putting, you know, more effort into what we should be doing versus the excuses, because a lot of y'all are giving a lot of excuses for why you just have not, why you just cannot, why you just will not, why you just not. Common word, you're not doing anything. Hey, Justin. So, yes, right? So, we need to start turning that around, right? And the truth of the matter is, people distract you every day. But honestly, if you're a procrastinator, did you know that you are distracting yourself? So you don't even need anybody else to do it for you. You are doing it yourself. You and the little trolls in your head, right? Little trolls in your head that are telling you not to do the stuff that you're supposed to do, that are giving you all the excuses, that are making you fearful, that are making you not get the stuff done. So, here's what you need to know, right? What you need to know is that passion trumps any fear. So anytime that you're scared, right, it might be because you lost your passion. I cannot remember a time where I was passionate about something and I was on fire and I was excited and I was scared in that same moment. Passion and fear don't live in the same moment, y'all. Fear is out of there when you're passionate about something. So if you Think about what is going on with you. Is it because you've lost your passion, right? Because that means you've also lost your motivation. So maybe we need to analyze that. Maybe we need to figure out what you're passionate about, and that's what we need to be making moves for, right? Maybe we need to make some adjustments, right? The other thing is there's no better teacher than necessity, right? So think about when you're dead broke, right? So yeah, you can be a procrastinator, but what if you get into a car accident and all of a sudden you need to buy a car and you have no money? Just saying, because there's now a need to do something, you get your little booty up and you start moving, right? So necessity is the best teacher to get you out of your procrastination, right? It's like a natural thing. So if there's something that you need, maybe that's something you can focus on, right? Figure out what it is you need, because I promise you, when I need something, I work the hardest, right? $1 Million Baby is trying to get this BMW right now. Well, we're car shopping. I have my heart set on this X6. We will see what happens. But guess what? I'm not going to make no moves until I'm positive. But in the meantime, I am working because it's a necessity. I needs my Beamer, okay? Okay. So, next up, let me see. Oh, procrastination is the easiest thing on the planet to do. Did y'all know that? You want to know why it's so easy? Because everything in life is funner than the things that you're supposed to do. Funner is not even a word, but we're going to use it today. Funner. It's funner. Okay? It's fun because there's nobody judging you, right? All of these things that you want to do, they're fun. There's no judgment. It's not hard. You're not scared to do them. And guess what else? There's an overabundance of procrastinators that are ready and willing to do all those fun things that you ain't supposed to be doing with you. So you ain't even got to fight with nobody. Right? Sometimes you gotta fight with people to go to a meeting with you. Sometimes you have to fight with somebody to go to a training to ride with you here when it's something to enhance yourself or your business. But guess what? If it's something that's fun, other procrastinators like to flock together. That's how this works, right? So we need to figure out how to change that, right? And you gotta understand that it's fun now, but all fun things come to an end. The reality is that you're having fun now, but in a couple of years when you see those movers and shakers moving and they done roll past you and you're still sitting back here on the couch feeling like a sucker and a loser, it's not going to be fun anymore. So if you don't want to be a loser and in your feelings and mad because you sat back and you decided to have fun and you procrastinated and you didn't do what you were supposed to do, then I suggest we figure out how to stop procrastinating. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to give you some tips to help you stop this procrastination so that you can pull out of this, okay? And like I said, this is a normal thing. You know, everybody's not a procrastinator, but I can admit that I have been a procrastinator for a time or two. It happens. It happens, right? So here we go. Here are your tips. So first thing you need to understand is done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And I say that because so many people spend so much time with the little trolls in their head telling them, oh, well, I'm not going to do it because of this. Oh, well, I'm going to wait until I have this. I hear it all the time. Weight loss. I'll give you an example. Weight loss. Oh, I'm not going to start losing weight and start the program until I go grocery shopping. What does that have to do with anything? Like, how about there's food all over the planet? So whether you have groceries or not, do you want to start this program today? Do you want to start losing weight? Do you want to change your mindset? Like, what are we doing? Do you want to start developing these habits today? Because I feel like you just making an excuse. Done is better than perfect. You don't have to have all the ducks in a row, right? You just need to know how you get in there. That's it. You don't have to figure out anything else. The rest, well, you can figure it out along the way. So sometimes you just need to jump right in, right? Some of you all need to create a website. Perhaps you're waiting for the right pictures. You're waiting for the right this. You're waiting for the right, but why? Why can't you just plant the seeds? Like, why are you overcomplicating it? Stop trying to be a perfectionist and just get it done. Done is better than perfect, because the reality is, even if you do it now, right, and it's wrong, you learn a lesson, A, and B, you can change it. You can always upgrade something. Nothing is permanent, so stop beating yourself up. Just get the stuff done, learn what you need to learn, do the things you need to do, put the things in place so you can do whatever it is you need for your business, for your life, for your weight loss, I don't know, whatever it is you got going on, okay? So done is better than perfect. Next, pay attention to where you stop. Now this is key. So oftentimes we start a project, right? And then you stop. And you're like, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. I'm not doing this no more. You've made your mind up. You don't come back to it. You just stop. You just leave it there and it is undone. It is undone, right? And before you know it, the deadline is passed. The deadline has come up and it's still sitting there and it's still not done. Okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to pay attention to where you stopped. So how did we get there? How did I get to the point where I just decided, forget this? Like, how did we get there, right? How did we come to the conclusion that I'm just not going to work on it anymore, right? So you need to figure out why you said that, how your brain got there, how the little trolls told you to just stop making a good decision for yourself, right? And then what you can do is once you pinpoint exactly how you got to the screw it point, how you got to the point where you decided you just wasn't going to do it anymore. Maybe you decided that you wasn't going to do it because it's not a fun task for you. Maybe it's something you dread. Like maybe it's emailing people or creating newsletters for your business, right? Maybe that's the most dreadful thing for you to do. So every time you have to do it, you're just at a standstill. So maybe, just maybe, you need to delegate that out, right? A wise person once told me, don't ever pay for things that don't make you money. I said that all wrong, y'all. My bad. Don't ever do something that doesn't make you money, right? So maybe it's not an income generating activity for you business owners. So maybe you dread doing it because it don't make you no money and you can't see the value. Maybe labeling products makes you nothing. Maybe labeling magazines makes you nothing, or whatever it is you over there doing, right? Maybe you should be focused on the income generating things and you should delegate that out. So maybe you need to hire a virtual assistant. Maybe you need to hire someone to do the website because you just can't fathom sitting there for hours. That's what I had to do. I couldn't fathom sitting there having to dig through this to figure out what picture, what color, match this up. Like $1 Million Baby couldn't do it. Okay, so you guys have to learn the reason that you're quitting is because there's something that's turning you off about some part of the process. So figure out what part of the process that is, and then you make preparations for how you're going to deal with those moments, right? So maybe I'll give you another example. I'm famous for this. So maybe you are easily distracted. So maybe you start doing work and you're sending emails, you're responding to people, you're productive, but then you get drowned in Facebook, right? Or social media for like an hour. And before you know it, nothing is done. And you're like, you know what? I'm getting up from the computer. I've got nothing accomplished. Forget it, right? Drop a hand below if this has happened to you. I know it happens to me all the time. So what I had to do was realize, okay, you're going to have to put a time limit on your social media, like for real. And you need to close the window, right? So maybe I need to make my phone calls from the car because there's no internet, right? I can't make phone calls and be on Facebook at the same time. So maybe I needed to switch things up so that I could realize, why do I keep procrastinating on these simple tasks? Like, all I have to do is make these calls. All I have to do is, I don't know, text somebody back or whatever it is, right? But you have to recognize what it is that is making you stop. And you have to figure out how to get the job done without stopping, without saying screw it, and making sure that you're moving forward. All right, next, make a bet with someone mean. This is my favoriteest thing ever. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is, if you're a procrastinator and there's something that you've been saying that you want to get done. So let's say that you say, you know what? I want to write a book. I want to tell my story. And you've been saying this for 5 years, right? And clearly you're a procrastinator because that was 5 years ago when you said this, and we still sitting here and it ain't done. It ain't done, right? So drop something in the comments below that you said that you wanted to do. Like maybe it was, I don't know, hire a chef, or do a 5K, or I don't know, drop some stuff in the comments that you said you wanted to do, right? But you have not done because you have totally procrastinated on doing it, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to find somebody in your circle Take a shower, Clarissa. Really? You're going to find somebody in your circle, in your Facebook. I want you to scope out the meanest person in your life. Like the person that no matter what you say, they're going to be like, nope, you lying. Nope, you're tripping. Nope, you said that last week. Yup. Don't nobody want to hear it. Cry me a river. Like the meanest gung-ho person that you got, right? I want you, and for some people, I'm probably that person. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, but you're gonna make a bet with that person because that person is gonna be your accountability partner. This is genius, right? They are gonna be the ones that you're gonna pronounce. Listen to me. I'm gonna write a book, and the book is gonna be written by October 31st. The draft will be done, signed, sealed, delivered, right? And you say, I need you to bet me that I'm not gonna get this done. Right? Because the last thing you want to do to somebody that is mean and that's going to pull your card is to have to give them some money for this bet, A, or for them to be teasing you because you didn't hold up on your end of the deal. Like, that's not fun for anybody, right? But it'll push you. It'll give you that little push, right? It'll give you that little swift kick. And every time, a month goes by and you still ain't done nothing. And when they ask you about it, you're going to be mad when they're like, okay, but you told me it was going to be done by October 31st, and today is September 30th. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? You don't want to hear that. So sometimes you need an accountability partner. Sometimes you need somebody that can pull you out of your procrastination station rut, right? Somebody that can give you a swift little kick in the behind to get you moving in the right direction, because there's nothing better than proving somebody wrong. There's nothing better than winning a bet, okay? That's why I don't make bets, because I like to win, y'all. I have a problem. And if I lose, I am a sore loser. So if I make a bet with somebody, I'm probably going to do it because I don't like losing. That's just what it is for me. So if you don't like losing, make a bet. It'll make you work, okay? Okay. Next up, own it and work it, okay? So if you know that you are like the queen or king of procrastination, I want you to start owning it, because, if none of these other tips that I gave you work, here's the deal, yo. Here's the deal. If you know you're a procrastinator and nothing else works, then why don't you just own it? Why are you even complaining about the fact that you are a procrastinator? Why do you even freak out at the end of the month when you have to scramble for 48 hours? Why are you even flipping out about the pressure when you're used to it and you work better under it anyway? So if that's the case, just embrace it. Go do whatever it is you want to do all month long. And then in the last 3 months, you work like a Hebrew Oh, I shouldn't have said that. You work as hard as you can in the last 48 to 72 hours until the very last drop. Because you and I both know that you are the only person to blame for your procrastination. But if you work well under pressure, you'll still get the job done. So I'm just saying, if you know that none of these other tactics are going to work, and you are the hugest procrastinator on the planet, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to the last 72 hours, you're going to get it done, then do it. If that is what works for you, I want you to just own it. Don't complain about it. Don't cry about it. Don't scream about it. Don't be all sweating and, oh my God, I'm freaking out. No, what you freaking out for? You do this every single month. I got team members that do it every single month. You ain't worked all month, and then you have the nerve to be like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I know what you're going to do, because you didn't do anything the last 27 days out of the month. Why you going to wait till the last 3? Shoot, you should have put all your little seeds planted for the rest of you. Should have done the work. So now you have to have some sleepless nights. So embrace it, own it, and do it. Just do it like Nike. Just do it like Nike, y'all. So I decided that today was the day we were going to talk about procrastination, because I'm just getting tired of the excuses. I'm getting tired of the excuses from everybody I talk to. I'm getting tired of the excuses from myself some days, I know that y'all think I'm Superwoman, but I have my days too. And I really thought it would be great for us to learn some badass tips and figure out how to kick the procrastination's booty. Okay? So, I hope that you got value from this. If you got value from this, even if you're watching a replay, drop those 10s in the comments below because they always let me know that I'm doing something right to help you guys out and add value. If you love what you heard, feel free to like, share, because sharing is caring. And if you felt like you needed this message, somebody else needed to hear it too. I promise you. So I am Jalila T. # your $1 million baby. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye.